2 Samuel 1, 1 through 5. After the death of Saul, David returned from defeating the Alchemites and stayed in Ziklag 2 days. So he won the defeat and he's hiding out before he goes back. This is for the wait on other troops, perhaps. This Saul at this point still, well, Saul's dead, but Saul prior to this point still had a thing to get out David, so David would have tried to stay out of contact with Saul for his safety purposes. So because if Saul would have won, then he could have easily turned his army on David. So this perhaps may be the reason he stayed. He may have also stayed simply because they were just in a battle. They may have just stayed just to rest before they took the journey home. And why they stayed isn't really mentioned. On the third day, a man with torn clothes and dust on his head came from Saul's camp. When he came to David, he fell on the ground and paid homage. Now, paid homage. This is just, at this point, he's kind of recognizing David as the king, kind of thing, because he knows something David don't. It's also probably well known that David was anointed by Samuel, which is probably the reason why Saul hated David even more. And so he's recognizing him as the king because of Saul's death. Now, torn clothes and dust on the head is a sign of grief. So David instantly knows something is going wrong that isn't right. Something's terribly wrong. David asked him, "Where have you come from?" He kind of knows where he comes from. He knows he came from battle. He knows he's an Israelite, but he don't necessarily know he's one of Saul's camp. I've escaped from an Israelite camp. The fact that he escaped kind of shows that they were on the losing end of the battle. What was the outcome? Tell me, David asked him. The troops fled from the battle, he answered. So by this point, David knows that the outcome would have been bad. He's just inquiring how bad truly the outcome was. Many troops have fallen and are dead. Also Saul and his son Jonathan are dead. So this, David realizes, okay, the royal family is done. They're away. You know, so this is a change because David was anointed. This is now his responsibility to be the king. David asked the young man who had brought to him the report, "How do you know Saul and Jonathan are dead?" So instead of being happy, David keeps asking questions, you know. Because David served Saul as king. He recognized Saul's kingship. And he also had a close relationship with Jonathan. He doesn't immediately start setting up his kingdom. He knows, okay, something is different. David would have been smart enough to know something was different about this. And that's why he asked.